These RPG rulebooks are just recipe books. And like with any recipe book, if there's a recipe you don't want at your table, you don't make it. You don't use it. Too many people, especially new GMs, try and read a RPG rulebook and try and get all the rules right. They don't want to make a mistake. During a session when something's uncertain, people page through rulebooks. I've spoken about this before. Break pacing, break enthusiasm, just for the sake of getting the rule right. Obviously, with tactical combat, if your main focus is combat, this might not apply to you. But in that case, most of the content of this channel might not. I enjoy a nice tactical combat. They're secondary to character building and story and immersion, but fair enough. But if you just want to tell a compelling story about a living, breathing character in a different world and have that escapism of seeing this world and the characters within it evolve, you can just borrow what you want from these. Just first play a little bit as is and feel free to do things wrong. There's no right or wrong. They've given you different recipes. Some recipes from other books might not incorporate into yours or your world well. I like a bubblegum milkshake. Add it to a stew, suddenly not great. Some rules from these are vastly different. From Dungeon Crawl Classics here, old school role-playing style dark gritty fantasy and feudal Japan in Legend of the Five Rings, maybe the two won't gel together. These two aren't going to mix and match that well. If a mechanic though, if an individual rule or mechanic feels very universal, oh, they have this way of tracking your character's anger levels, and then something happens. I don't know. Something just feels like a meta currency, or when players role play well, they get this meta currency and they can improve their next role or get an advantage on the next role. That can work in any system. You can make it work. Why not give the recipe a try? Maybe the first time you try the recipe and try and bake something, it doesn't come out great. Doesn't mean it'll never be good, tasty. It just means you need to try again. And tell your players up front with your campaign, or before the session, definitely don't do it mid-session. Tell them, hey, how about we try this rule? This was a bit of a point of friction last time, or this character development didn't work all that well. How about we try this house rule? Get their consent. Everyone must probably agree to this. Take it for a spin. See if it works in your game. But what works at your table might not be perfect at mine, or might not fit the type of campaign you want to run. But I'd say really, for people that have just played one or two role-playing systems, get a ton of these books. I've read 40, 50 different rule books just to understand the rules. A lot of those I've never run. But it made me realize just how you wouldn't believe, if you've read dozens of RP manuals, you won't believe how much you learn, how much it expands your mind to the possibilities of what mechanics could potentially be borrowed from and combined and used together. I wouldn't say most of your session should just be a mishmash of 100 things, because that's a recipe with too many exotic ingredients, right? Stick to the core recipe. By all means, because the designers here were really clever and knew exactly how to get a specific type of experience from their game. But the extra little sauce on top, a few little spicy ingredients, even a bit of chocolate or dessert can need a bit of chili every now and then, and it does work. Read more role-playing books. Get intimately familiar with quite a lot of them. And you'll find so many little tips and tricks that can really take your game to a next level. That's my advice for today, friends. Thanks so much. Please like the video if you did. It helps the new channel grow, and have a good day. Thank you.